Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. It's Native News Today. That's Kyla McCowan. I'm Jason Salzman, and we are here at the Beggs Dome. And Kyla, it is for the first ever Department of Education and Training at Muskogee Creek Nations Career Fair and Expo. So it's very neat. Lots of things going on here today. We thought if it's going to be that close, hanging out, we're going to go over and check it out.
Yeah, it's a great turnout. I mean, they have schools from all over the area. I think it's definitely something they'll do again. They have Kellyville here, they have Eufaula, they have all different schools and even colleges here that have set up their booths. We have MNBE here setting up.
Lots of great things. You know, I'm glad that you mentioned colleges because it's just another example and a place for College of Muskogee Nation to kind of get themselves out there and realize that that is an option for our kids, you know, and it's a great option. They have a big next few months coming up. They're building things. They're steaming towards that accreditation. So all of that going on for them now, and they're in a great place, and they're here to showcase what they have to offer to these kids. That's another great one, too. So a lot of great businesses, educational places, and things represented. So it's going to be a great day. We're going to talk to Emmanuel Bazzill, actually, from higher education a little bit later on in the program. We've also got some great stories, too. They actually proclaimed it Native American Heritage Month in Okmulgee.
Yes, they did. They did. The mayor was out there at the council house. It was a really great event that I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're going to have different things all throughout the month at the College of Muskogee Nation. So Native American Heritage Month is upon us, folks. Soak it all in every single day. So we've got that, and we also went up to the Native American Art Festival. Indian Fall Festival, I guess is what it was called, but up at Riverwalk, and you actually went out to that too, so pretty cool characters out.
I did, yeah. There was the Native Made Art Festival. We had all different types of different tribes. It didn't have to be Creek, but they came out, they had their ribbon shirts and dresses and everything for sale. It was really neat.
Everybody looking great, everything looking great, including the food. Folks, we talked with the national champion fry bread cooker, and I got a chance to not only talk with her and see her cook, I actually got to sample a piece of national championship fry bread.
How was it?
Oh my! I still haven't gotten over it. It was a religious experience. No, it was great, and she was wonderful and let us come in and kind of peek into her world there. It was really awesome. We'll have all that for you later on in the program. Plus, we'll take a look at a Native filmmaker that's doing big things with his production company, all kinds of stuff. So we got a great show lined up. We're here at a great place, the Beggs Dome in Beggs, Oklahoma, and a lot of people out for the first annual Career Fair and Expo. So got that going on. Anybody out there ready for Native News Today? It's coming your way. So we're going to take our first break here, and we'll be right back. You're watching Native News Today.
Bumakasam gadat, ibufanga, nage, adigat, bunhayadit omega, ajayididet omis.
Diosnok, that's true. Throughout the generations, our elders have taught us to preserve, share, and more importantly, protect the abundant natural resources we have here in Oklahoma. We are the original environmentalists and protector of these resources. The Muskogee Creek Nation believes tribal and state governments must work together to ensure future generations will have clean air and clean water as the ultimate legacy. What is good for Oklahoma tribal nations is good for all Oklahomans. Remember, tribes are truly the original Oklahomans.
And welcome back to Native News Today. Kyla McCowan with Jason Salzman here at the Beggs Dome for the Career Fair and Expo. And Kyla, actually our first story out of the chute was something we actually, you and I and Tyler, all of us got to go to and check out, the Indian Fall Festival. And it's a great event, I think, that's really going to just keep getting better. But I think that they're on the right track with this.
Definitely. It was really, I think, just a push for MNBE since they have bought the Riverwalk. To get people out there, you know, they may be going to Los Cabos or wherever, just to go and see kind of the cultural, traditional side, while it is also Native American History Month. And I think it was great that they actually had paired with tourism and recreation.
Yes.
And
they're doing
so
lots of great things.
really, it was a good turnout, I think.
I think so too. I mean, it's in its second year, so you know it's in the infant stages, but it keeps growing. And I think linking it up with the Indian Fall Festival, which, as Chief Tiger points out, has Muskogee Creek roots, is a great idea. And we were glad to be out at the Indian Fall Festival. We're here at the Riverwalk in Jinx as the Muskogee Nation Business Enterprise and Muskogee Tourism and Recreation have linked up for a great event, the Indian Fall Festival, taking place November 1st and 2nd here with a little bit for everybody. The kids got games, there's live entertainment, some great food featuring the world champion fry bread cooker, and also the Native Made Arts Festival. So we're going to go in and check it out, see what's going on at this year's Indian Fall Festival at the Riverwalk. I know you guys have been excited about this to roll it out. Really the first time we've ever got everything together in one bunch for the Indian Fall Festival, but it's an exciting time and it looks like we got beautiful weather too.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with the weather. I came out this afternoon and was just so happy that the sun was shining. And the only thing that's wrong is it's a little windy, but we can deal with that. And we're just so glad to have everything together. And people are coming out right now, and it's getting ready to be kicked off. And so we're just happy that it's going.
This morning we saw an eagle flying around, so that was really exciting.
Okay, added bonus there. And I think that there are some that hang around this area for sure.
Telling us, yeah.
Watching over the place for the Muskogee Creek Nation.
Neat where the nest was, yeah.
It's National Council Representative Miss Pearl Thomas. And Pearl, you are out enjoying this beautiful day along the river here, but out with some nice artwork and some pretty good looking nice little goodies we got here too.
Homemade, all homemade. I've been cooking all my life since I was in the 4th grade school. I have sewn all my life also.
Okay, well, when I leave this table, you might be less a couple loaves of bread here than you were a while ago. No, but it's got to be fulfilling for you to come up to see this place that we purchased being used like this.
Yes, wonderful, and it should be. And it's good to see other Native peoples out here and just enjoying the weather, plus meeting new people and just having good fellowship.
I know you're probably going to look around and browse yourself, aren't you?
Oh yes, I always do. I love the beaded jewelry. I can't bead at all. I can sew and do all that kind of things, but I can't bead.
Well, I can't either, but it's a good thing there's people out there that absolutely can.
Yes,
Pearl, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, you know, we've had a number of events out here with the theme as it was prior to us purchasing it, with a family-oriented type of theme and atmosphere, and this just kind of follows that whole setting. And Tourism and Recreation and Muskogee Nation Business Enterprise collaborating to have this Indian Fall Fest. They've got great weather today, and it's going to even be better tomorrow, so it should be a great weekend for everybody. The Indian Fall Fest was started by the casino at 81st and Riverside back in the day, and for Tourism and Recreation, MNBE, to pick it back up, it's great because, you know, started at Creek Nation, we need to keep it going at Creek Nation.
All right, if you ever want to figure out how to do something right, you go see a world champion, and that's exactly what we got here. The world champion fry bread cooker, Miss Moni Horse Chief, and she is from Pawnee, Oklahoma, and she is making her fry bread right now, which I got to tell you, it's cool because watching you make fry bread is like watching Ronald McDonald make a cheeseburger. So what goes into all this for you? I mean, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for probably about making bread probably about 6-7 years. And it's made with lots of love.
Oh yeah.
That's a secret to it. And then it's got flour and some basic ingredients, baking powder, sugar, and salt, and then some others that I can't tell you.
Oh,
or else I'd have to kill you.
I respect that. I don't want to die here today. So fluffiness, I mean, you have the right texture. What would you say?
Well, a lot of different tribes, they do different textures, different heights. Here's mine. This is a Pawnee style. It's big and fluffy, as we call it.
Oh yeah.
And like the Navajos, they do large and flat.
Okay.
And so everybody has their own taste. Like some people, which I find surprisingly, don't like big fluffy fry bread. But
what?
Yes, I know, right?
Yeah.
I thrive on making large, big fluffy fry breads, as these are.
I thrive on eating them. So you are going to be making probably how many of these in the next couple of days?
Hopefully about 500.
Awesome. So, and you're in the competition tomorrow, right?
Yes, definitely. looking forward to that, $1,000. And I just found out about the contest on Tuesday, and I gave Molly a call and I said, enter me in.
I was going to say, she's got to be the prohibitive favorite, and $1,000 in November, that's a pretty good deal because we got some important months coming up.
Because I just did $1,500 last month in Pawhuska for the National Indian Taco Champion contest.
Oh my gosh, wow. Just raking it in, raking in the cash, raking in the flour and the dough.
Raking in the dough, there you go. That's right. My goal is to rake in the dough.
So there you have it, everyone. Moni Horse Chief, she is the world champion, and I think I can't just take her word for it. I can't just take her word for it. I have to try this. So let me. Are you kidding me? Okay, our next story takes us a little bit out west and takes us to a couple of other folks in our department, Miss Amanda Rutland and Darren DeLon. Darren actually was leading this story from his newspaper beat and actually pursued it that way and thought it might be good for him to go on the program and talk about the great things he's doing. The him and the he that we're talking about is Mr. Mark Williams. He is the lead guy for Native Boy Productions, and he's a filmmaker. He's actually a Muskogee Creek Nation Film Festival award winner. I mean, they went out and got a great story, I think, but we wanted to share it with our people.
Definitely. I think especially if he's into the whole film thing. I mean, I think it needs to be on TV.
Makes sense, right? That's the tie that binds, for sure. We take care of our own, if there's nothing else. So definitely Mark Williams doing a great job. It's great to see natives in film and video. Obviously, we love that. We think you'll love it. So Mark Williams and Native Boy Productions doing great things.
My name is Mark Williams, a Choctaw filmmaker and founder of Native Boy Productions. My dad was a really good storyteller, and so I think I kind of got that gift from him. As far as bringing anything from my childhood, some friends, they would dare somebody go into the cemetery and they would leave some kind of rock or stick or something to prove that they was at that gravesite or at that location. Come back next morning, we'd go in there and look and say, well, okay, he did it. And it was stuff like that we used to do growing up. Started this back in about 2005. Did a short film called The Dare, just friends, family, nephews, nieces, ex-wife. It was shot in my own house, and it was really just for fun. At the time, it was kind of a hobby. It somehow made its way into a film festival. Got a call from Red Fork Film Festival, and they wanted to show it, and you know, not knowing exactly what a film festival was, I agreed to, I'll be fine with that. And so went up there and packed house. And it was a suspense thriller, a short film, 20 minutes long, you know, nothing fancy. I shot it myself, directed, edited everything. So it was pretty low budget. It was pretty bad. But the response was amazing. And so from that point, just seeing their reaction, you know, I was like, man, this is what I want to do. I was hooked at that point. I've never been to film school, so every project I do, I want to take on new challenges and just kind of get bigger with each one and just learn from each one as well. When I did The Dare, I remember putting the intro together, and I just wanted to make it look like a legit movie. And so I was just trying to throw in just fake studios. And Native Boy Production was one of them. I think it was two production companies. I used Native Boy Productions and Choctaw Films, I think is what I put. Native Boy Productions and Choctaw Films presents a Mark D. Williams film. Just trying to make it look professional. Again, The Dare was not supposed to be meant to, you know, nobody's supposed to see it, just friends and family, that was it. Everybody liked it from when they seen The Dare, and it just kind of stuck. So I used it in my next one, and the next one. By the third time, I was like, I'm gonna go with it. Another short film, The Disturbed, same cast. All these were thrillers, ghost stories. My friend Happy Freejo, back in, I want to say it's 2010, around Halloween time, we was watching one of those shows on TV. I think it was Ghost Hunters, I really can't remember. We were just talking how cool would it be to see natives doing that same thing. A year later, gave her a call up and said, do you remember that conversation we had last year? And she was, yeah. I said, well, let's do it. So would you mind, let's do it in a documentary style. Would you mind being the host for it? And she was all up for it. And then we started recruiting team members along the way. It was supposed to be just one documentary. When we went out to Concho Indian boarding school, we didn't know really what we was doing. Wasn't sure how it was going to be received. until we had our first screening, and the place was just packed. We had to turn people away at the door. We couldn't even let them in. So we knew at that point there was interest there. You know, that documentary just turned into 2 and 3 and 4, and so now it's becoming an open series. I don't want to be labeled as, you know, that type of filmmaker, but it'd be fair to say, I guess, at this point, because that's all I've kind of done. But well, except for that children's series, that's a comedy. It's a children's comedy, and that's part of the reason I want to do a drama piece too, so I can kind of branch out and tell other stories as well. But I mean, I do enjoy these thriller types and seeing the audience, you know, react and scream and get scared and then laugh about it later. It's really fun. So.
Okay, moving right along here in the program. You know, our next story takes us, ironically, right in the backyard of our own place. They're the capital city, Okmulgee, and it's significant because in the historic spot for the Muskogee Creek Nation, the council house, a proclamation was made by the mayor of Okmulgee. And I think we see those connections there, and it's a really neat deal and a unique opportunity.
Definitely. He proclaimed it Native American Month. Mayor Baldridge is fairly new, but we can already see that he's really made a lot of contact and relationship with our administration and Chief Tiger. So I think it's going to be a good report from here on out.
I do too. They really work together well, it seems. This was a great event, very timely, wonderful location there, historic. It just had the right feel to it. So the city of Okmulgee and the Muskogee Creek Nation, you know, have been partners and shared the same community for many, many years. And you can see that great, you know, partnership and that relationship is just going to grow and grow and grow. Definitely. With events like today.
Whereas Okmulgee is the home of and capital of Muskogee Creek Nation, now therefore I, Steve Baldridge, Mayor of the City of Okmulgee, do hereby proclaim the month of November 2013 as Native American Heritage Month in the City of Okmulgee, Oklahoma, and urge all officials and the general public to join in the celebration. Thank you.
I just think it's appropriate that we had this today in the council house, and I think it's a new beginning for both governmental entities that we're wanting to collaborate and really to serve the people of this community, whether it's from the Muskogee Creek Nation or the city of Okmulgee. When he first was elected, made a call to him to congratulate him, and we've had a good line of communications, and we're looking forward to working together.
The prosperity and the future of both governments coming together, it's an awesome time for both of us. I think we're all looking forward to new change. Oh, definitely, it is, and we're scheduling a meeting in the near future at Stoneblade to break bread with them, fellowship, and just, you know, have a friendly conversation on what some new ideas are and just kind of what they want to do, and see where we can fit in, and same with them. And you know, we want a good working relationship with both governments, kind of work toward the common goal of each other.
Yes, you know, I've just taken office in April. This is my first year as mayor, and I have been a councilman for 6 years in the city of Okmulgee. But we have a unique opportunity with the Creek Nation in our city limits and in our county. And so our objective is to reach out to Creek Nation and to build the bridge between the two cultures. And Creek Nation is part of our community, a great part of our community, and we want to work with Creek Nation in all aspects that we can. And they bring such a abundance of opportunity for our community. And so we're working hard to bridge that gap that has been there, and we want to close the gap and work closer as a partner with Creek Nation.
Okay, we're joined now by the manager at Creek Nation Higher Ed, Mr. Emmanuel Bazzill. And Emmanuel, you guys here, as we look over a great event going on today, the first time you've ever done it, really what was it that went into you guys' thought process when you decided to do this?
Well, one thing about with higher ed, we always think about how we can bring things to the community.
Right.
A lot of times, you know, schools do have a college day. They can go out and take their students out to the college. We wanted to bring the colleges closer, have a way for our students to meet with them one-on-one, bring in some employers, find out what career paths they need to take in order to be where they want to be when they grow up. So that was our main drive.
definitely pleased with the turnout today too. A lot of people and a lot of programs actually too. So it looks like that you guys really got a lot of support from different places.
We did, and we want to thank everyone that's here from OSU Stillwater to OU, TCC. I mean, the list can go on and on. Also, our Muskogee Creek Nation programs. We brought in a lot of resource booths for our students as well, as a way for them to be more familiar with what we have to offer as a tribe.
Okay, and so I guess let's just talk about higher education program in general, what you guys have going on.
Sure. Our higher education office, we're very pleased with the progress that we've made throughout the time that I've been here. I've been here for about a year and a half now. We've improved a lot of program requirements that the students had as far as paperwork. We've eliminated some of the paperwork and make it a little faster and easier. We also recently in August just got approved from National Council to increase the amount of money that we give our students. So we're very happy about that as well, and we have a booth down there to promote that program as well. So.
Yeah, and you guys are involved in so many things, as you said. Dr. Johnson, I was just talking to him a while ago, and he was telling me how there's so many programs under Department of Health, Education and Training, that is. Department of Health has a lot of programs too. Education and Training, that a lot of people out there, don't really know what all it entails. So you guys, are, in a sense, are taking care of lots of different things, but education, one of the pillars of each platform that comes down the pipe as far as tribal politics and things like that. So you got a lot of pressure on you to do the job.
We do, and we do get a lot of support from Chief and our council, so we're very happy about that. Dr. Johnson is, over a lot of programs, JOM, higher ed, employment and training, reintegration. There's a lot of things that we do, so without a team effort, without collaboration, you can't do events like this. So all of our programs work well together. We have a good core, and we just keep things going to make our services better.
As somebody that went through the system and owes a lot of my educational history to the Muskogee Creek Nation, it's such a joy to see that you guys are still doing great work. And even though I've come out of school, I've graduated, the system worked for me, it's great to see that it's still going and developing new things each year. I know that you guys like to stay ahead of the curve a lot with what's going on.
Yeah, we do. And, one of the things to kind of add to that, we're actually going to have debit cards pretty soon for our students.
Oh, wow.
Their money is going to download to a card as opposed to waiting on a check to come out. So this is just one of the things. There's no other higher education program that does this. We will be the first, I'm proud to say, but it's a way for us to get more modern, have a better approach, and a better way for our students to get funded faster.
Yeah, and Kyla, I know you probably sat in some of those bursar lines too, right? Bursar's office, not a fun place to go. No. They take forever. It's like the DMV. No,
exactly. It really is.
Colleges and universities, we know that you're doing a great job. I kid. So, Emmanuel, great event, like we said. About to eat some pizza down here. Just going on till 4 today. So some of the, absolute logistics of the thing. There's tables set up. They're learning about different options they have.
Yeah, and we actually give them a passport. We call it a passport, but what it is they have to go ask questions.
Okay.
This is a way for them to get involved, talk to the people, engage with the schools, the employers, and that's the only way they get their door prize. Okay. So there's a little fun at the end, but obviously we want them to get connected with those universities and schools.
I think I even saw a Native News Today co-host, I'm not going to name names, but I think I saw her going around trying to get her passport filled out.
Yeah, there's some good prizes.
Yeah. Right? Okay, we saw the table. We saw everything going on here. It's a great opportunity for these young ones and then adults and older folks to come out till about 4 here at the Beggs Dome. Emmanuel Bazzill, the great folks at Education and Training at Creek Nation, really getting innovative, and I hate to say the old cliche line, but thinking outside the box with these things. They're doing a wonderful job. Emmanuel, thanks for being with us for a few moments and, just shooting the bull with me and Kyla here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
You bet, man.
Thank
All right, we're going to go to our next break. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll come right back and finish out this week's Native News Today.
Our goal at the College of the Muskogee Nation is to provide a culturally based education that will lead to meaningful careers.
The goal of the Muskogee Creek Nation Department of Education is to build a strong workforce, and we are proud to host the first annual Education and Career Exposition.
9 colleges and universities will be in attendance to provide information along with several other career and employment opportunities.
So please join us on November the 7th from 1:30 to 4 p.m. in the Beggs Dome in Beggs, Oklahoma.
Pumunakadat nak aja gidomen ajai jahaniat omen ibuwakidos.
Dayosin ogitskish bonsongi benoat pomio posomizatlish.
Momesh
Harishongigo imongin. Hobidagi ani omaga bomahahoye imongin oma bonchomegigosh. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
And that'll bring us to another conclusion of Native News Today. I want to thank you guys for being with us. We've had such a blast here today at Muskogee Creek Nation's Education and Training first annual Career Expo and Education Training Expo. So it's been awesome. I want to thank them for letting us out. Begg School, of course. Thanks for having us as well. And Kyla, just so many different things going on. We got a chance to talk with Emmanuel about the great things at the Creek Nation programs. And I really think that events like this are just so neat to not only come to and be a part of, but to be able to do the show from them too.
It definitely is, and I think it's great just to see all of the high school students.
Yeah.
They really are kind of interested in what they'll be doing next. I mean, they do have college soon, or whatever they plan on doing.
Yeah, you got it.
You know.
Got it. And you know, the cool thing about it is too, is they come up to us and they're like, "What are you guys up to? What are y'all doing?" And that gives us a chance to tell them, you know, hey, one of your, you know, a lot of these kids today, they got every electronic device imaginable. So they know how to like do videos and they start learning how to put things on YouTube. You know, that's kind of where it starts and a love for that kind of thing. And so now they might be Creek kids that have that passion and they can see what we're doing and be like, hey, the Creek Nation has a TV show. Why not try to make it better and make it incredible? And that's what we can't wait for. That next generation coming up and helping us out and being a member of a big crew, doing a lot of wonderful things. So it's really neat to have them come up and ask about our program. And we do a lot of things at Muskogee Media, not to toot our horn at all, but you know what I mean? There's several avenues that they can go into several different things though.
Yeah, you know, we have our graphics department. We've got the newspaper, radio, TV. We've got it all really.
Just about every medium you can think of. So there's the shameless plug.
Yeah.
No, but we have a great time and able to come to events like these. And as Dr. Johnson told me earlier, you know, there's so many great things going on right now at education and training. So many different departments that they're over and getting kids to college, getting kids, you know, with a job, and to realize the value of that, not only what it does for you financially, but I think what it does for you on the inside too, having that responsibility.
Definitely. I mean, and I think it's just great that they really are there to help out. They've got so many different grants and programs that'll really help you if they do decide to go to college or any other higher education.
You got it. There's so many different people too represented here today. As we said earlier, you know, I want to thank all of these booths and vendors for taking time out of their day to come up and give these kids some knowledge and some, you know, avenues that they might not have known were there before. So that'll do for this week's episode of Native News Today. We want to thank everybody for joining us in. As always, you can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, catch us online on our YouTube channel. Go check it out. And with all that being said, if you want to just watch TV, you can catch us out every week right here on CW 1219 in Tulsa. Thanks for being with us, Kyla. Let's go check it out. We gotta go eat pizza.
We gotta get pizza.
Yeah. Thank you. See you next week.